Shalom, brothers and sisters. Today, I want to talk about why it's not a good idea to go against the will of Yah. It's never a good idea. It never turns out right or in your favor. And this is a perfect example of it. It's in Numbers 16, chapter 16. It's Korah's rebellion. You know, a lot of people that go to a regular church probably never heard of his name before, who he is, what he's done, things like that. I'm going to read this to you just for a little lesson, Bible lesson here. Okay, let's start now. Now Korah, the son of Ishar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Elab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. These were renowned men. These were well-known and respected men, decided to rise up with Korah. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, You take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them. Wherefore then lift you up yourselves above the congregation of Yahweh. And when Moses heard this, he fell on his face, and he spoke unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow Yahweh will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him who he hath chosen will he cause to come near to him. This do, take your censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire thereon, and put incense on them before Yahweh tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom Yahweh doth chooses, he shall be holy. Ye take too much unto you, ye sons of Levi. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it is not a small thing unto you that Elohim of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of Yahweh, to stand before the congregation and minister unto them. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all his brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and to seek you the priesthood also, and which cause both thou and all the company are gathered together against Yahweh. And what is Aaron that you murmur against him? Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Elah, which said, You will not come up. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us? Moreover, thou hast not brought us into the land that flows with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. So Korah and them's got this grievance about the land of milk and honey and its inheritance, and he's actually questioning the leadership of Moses and Aaron, the leadership of them. And Moses was very wroth, and said unto Yahweh, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before Yahweh, thou and they and Aaron, tomorrow. Take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring you before Yahweh, every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense upon thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of Yahweh appeared unto all the congregation. The Shekinah glory was right there. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. Yahweh wasn't very happy. And they fell upon their faces and said, O El, Elohim of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel following him. And he spoke unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from these tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all your sins. So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, and every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. Moses said, hereby you shall know that Yahweh has sent me to do all his works, for I have not done them of my own mind. He hasn't, that was the will of Yahweh. It wasn't his own. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh has not sent me. But if Yahweh make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and swallow them up with all that was excuse my eyesight, pertain unto them, and they go down quickly into the pit, then you shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh. And it came to pass that he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground did open up on them. It opened up. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men, and Korah's, and all their goods. They and all their possessions to them were down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were around about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, let the earth swallow us up also. So the people could hear them guys as they're going into these sinkholes or whatever. They could hear the screaming cries and pleas of the rebellious ones. And that scared them, because they probably thought Yahweh was mad at them, angry at them, was going to get them. They scattered, they ran. And there came out a fire from Yahweh and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, that he has take up the censers out of the burning, and to scatter the fine yonder from they are hollowed. So when when Korah and them went in and burned offerings and incense, they didn't have no authority to do that. And since they didn't have no authority to do that, and he thought he was going to start to run the show and everything, Yahweh had other plans. He's like, no, I'm not changing. I don't change. The censers of these sinners against their souls, let them make them broad plates for the covering of the altar, for they offered them before Yahweh thereof. They are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. And Eleazar, the priest, took the brassen censers within they had been burnt, had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to the memorial unto the children of Israel, for no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near the offer, incense before Yahweh, that he be not as Korah and his company, as Yahweh said to him by the hand of Moses. So only the seed of Aaron could actually do these duties. But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, ye have killed the people of Yahweh. Now they're coming up. These other people are coming up, blaming them guys and not the rebellious people. And it came to pass that when the congregation was gathered against Moses and Aaron, that they were looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of Yahweh appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among the congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment they fell on their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take the censer and put fire thereon and off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is a wrath gone out from Yahweh, the plague is begun. It was like a time was of the essence, go and do this sacrifice, do this atonement before Yahweh gets so mad. He's really gonna put the hurtings on a lot more people. And the plague was released. The plague was like probably a disease, a sickness or something, just like back in Egypt, the plagues and everything. And Aaron took, as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people, and he put on the incense and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they had that died, the plague was 14,700, besides them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. Whew, tell ya, whew. Aaron must have been a really fast runner, but fear would also compel you to get that adrenaline up and make you do superhuman feats at times too. But that was the lesson, why Korah and them, they all came out, they saw the power of Yahweh in Egypt with the plagues, and coming out, the Red Sea, they saw the power and the generosity, and everything. And still Korah and his, rebel band still questioned Moses and Aaron after they, basically defeated the mightiest empire at that time, Egypt. And these guys were complaining and wanting to take charge. They should have known better. They're ignorant. They should have known better. It wasn't going to work. I don't know what was going on in their minds. Spoiled little brats, I don't know, but of course it didn't work, and it really enraged Yahweh. He's gonna get rid of all rebellion, all kinds of rebellion. He demanded respect and love. But Moses and Aaron, they saved those people, saved them from a gruesome death. Not Korah and the rebels and the others, but it was just an example. It's like, don't cross me, don't do this. I love you, but I'm going to spank you in the way I spank people, my creation. But that's a story of the rebellion of Korah, and I just wanted to share that story because a lot of Christians that go to regular churches and everything, they never really hear the story of Korah. And they only hear hear the New Testament and the selected verses, that cozy verses, what I call them. But I just hope you take a lot of way with this story, an example, and lessons learned, of course, and that's all I've got to say about that. And I just want to say thank you again for tuning in, and please subscribe and like and hit the notification bell, comment below. I'd like to hear from you, and share this video with other people. And with that said and done, shalom, peace out. Until we meet again. Bye.